What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Another day in the lab. It is Thursday, and we're getting shit done. We're making some making some moves, making some plays. I'm out here in this black shirt. The sun's beaming on me. It's hot as fuck. I've been sweating. My bad too. I have a little cold. If y'all see like boogers up my nose and stuff, I'm gonna try to hold the camera like this. But yeah, biggest thing I want to touch on today is to consistently tweak your processes, which I feel like is something I have touched on, but I feel like I've touched on everything. But the reason why today specifically is I woke up thinking about a couple things, and I'm like, yo, I'm asking myself certain things like, all right, the offers that I put together might have worked 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but just aren't working today for whatever reason. And the reason why is because markets fluctuate, and as much as you see change in the overall market, we could say stock market, real life, all these bigger markets, when you talk to certain individuals or you see individual businesses that are selling certain things, people start to get used to certain offers. And the same way that you see, let's say, the overall market react on social media is how you see individuals actually react in real life. Now, the reason why is because the market as a whole is based on, I want to say, the average being and how the average being thinks. And you might fall upon those couple customers that come to your store, come to your business, and purchase out of the ordinary because they're considered out of the ordinary people, right? But you have to base your averages when you're selling something on what it looks like to the average consumer market. So with my offer, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, honestly, it's not sounding as appealing anymore to me as it used to. And I think because of that, we are getting a negative reaction from the market, and in turn, it is steering people away. So I'm looking at this and I'm trying to think and trying to brainstorm a couple things. One, which direction is the market going in, right? When they're buying products, do they want to be bought in at cheaper prices? Are they looking for the lowest price in the market? Or are they looking for something that sounds the most appealing with the highest perceived value? And I think that's what it is. It's what sounds more appealing with the highest perceived value, and what gives you the reassurance that the product is going to be of quality, or the service that you're buying is going to be of the quality that you're looking for based on the amount of money that you're buying in for, right? So that being said, I'm sitting here brainstorming a couple different offers to try to figure out what might I implement into my offer that will give us a little bit of an extra market advantage and a little bit of an extra advantage when it comes to the average person that we have, I guess, looking for our services. And yeah, I guess there's a couple things that I've come up with. So that being said, for you guys that are drop shipping, right, I told you guys the direction that I'm going in right now, subscription-based offers. Reason being is it gives us a little bit more opportunity to lose on the actual product cost, because if we lose on the product cost but we make up for it on the subscription side, there's just a lot more longevity there, and there's higher end potential, right? Back in the day, bro, free plus shipping used to rip. Think about it now. If somebody runs free plus shipping right now and you see a product that's $0 up front but $15 to $20 in shipping, it's like, bro, why the fuck am I buying this? But you might sell the same product for $20 free shipping and it works. Or you might sell the same product for $20, mark that it's regular $40, $50, and say that it's on a discount for 50 or 60%. And now all of a sudden you have a bunch of people buying the product. So you really have to start thinking about things. How does it look from the consumer's perspective? How do you format something in a way that sounds so appealing that there's absolutely no reason as to why a consumer would buy in, right? And that's the thing. When people see these sorts of things online, they get red flags. And because these red flags are risen, it puts them in a situation where they might not buy from you because there's too many red flags, or they might not buy from you because what you're giving them is not appealing enough. So I think nowadays the direction that the market's going, it's about finding balance. It's about finding structure between putting together an offer that is appealing enough but doesn't sound too out of the ordinary, to the point where it really just comes down to a logical offer that sounds reasonable from the consumer's perspective. And I think that's the hardest thing that I'm having to wrap my head around, because I think offers used to be structured in a way that kind of seemed unbelievable, to the point where it was such a no-brainer and people would just move forward with it. But I feel like the market has kind of gotten, I don't even know if I want to say smarter, because the thing is, In the grand scheme of things, when you look at online businesses, you look at services, you look at all these different companies, it really comes down to the individuals that are performing the service. It doesn't necessarily come down to what offer they have in place. It comes down to the individuals. I could have a shit offer and perform a better service than somebody that has like a crazy offer with a crazy guarantee, and I might perform better than that company performs, even though they have that offer in place. It really comes down to the individuals. And I think the market doesn't react very well to that, and the market doesn't really understand that. So when we put those certain things into perspective, you have to think to yourself, you really have to put your consumer shoes on and think to yourself, well, if I saw this online, is it something that would be appealing enough to me to buy and sound reasonable enough to me to buy, to the point where I'm going to trust this brand because these people say that they're going to do this, or this product is being sold at this price. If a product is priced too low, sometimes you see perceived value literally diminishes, which is why sometimes you'll end up making more profit on a product that's priced higher because of your ability to perceive that higher perceived value to the point where it makes sense and it sounds reasonable in a consumer's eye. Like, bro, if you think about like the whole McDonald's cheeseburger thing where like they have a nice picture of a burger and then you see the burger and it's like all smushed, looks like shit and whatever. It's the same concept, right? You place something a little bit more expensive, right? Like for example, a Five Guys burger, even though it's like, it is higher quality, but it's also higher perceived quality, which is why you have that higher price. Damn, I'm getting hot. So what I'm getting to, guys, and where I'm gonna conclude this video is, if you guys wanna beat the market and you guys want to beat your competitors, don't think about just undercutting. Don't think about literally just copying these offers that are working, but think about something that sounds reasonable in your mind that would result in you completing a purchase. Because the way that you think could more often, and this is the way that you think from the consumer's perspective. You can't think about this from your perspective. Think about this from the consumer's perspective. And the way that you think, more often than not, if you could sit there and be the consumer, the way that you think is likely what consumers are thinking in their head when they see your stuff. So yeah, get a little bit of an advantage. And this is for any agency owners out there, any e-commerce brand owners, any service-based businesses, whatever it is. Literally just follow this and structure your offers in this way. And I can guarantee you guys will see exponential growth within your business as long as you are focusing on putting together an offer that is reasonable with a good yet aggressive guarantee. And that is a secret to this whole agency space, service-based business, whatever it is. So yeah, that'll bring us to the end of the video. Link in the description to the Telegram for people that want to network. And as always, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.